Yo! Hope you guys are doing well. Last time I talked to you, I was just getting ready to leave for my trip, and now it's been a couple weeks since I actually got back from my trip, and I'm working on those videos. I'm actually trying to figure out the best way to piece it all together because it was 10 days worth of stuff, and I'm trying to figure out, like, it's too much to put in one video. Where can I break it up? So I'm trying to figure that out, but hopefully I'll have those videos out in the next couple of days. But in the meantime, I just wanted to give you guys an update ahead of that. So some of the stuff that's here on the table is actually from that trip. I even got my little binder here because this had all my itinerary for all the hotels and like all the places I stayed. Just a recap on all the places I did go to though. I live out in Houston, Texas, and so I started off here. And then from there, we drove through to Amarillo. It took about 9 or so hours to get to Amarillo, and we got there by a little after sunrise. And so got to do the Cadillac Ranch, and then from Cadillac Ranch, we headed on to our actual destination for that first night in the hotel, which was, God, I'm having a brain fart right now, Albuquerque, New Mexico. So we got to Albuquerque, New Mexico, I want to say like around lunchtime. In all, from Houston to Amarillo, then Albuquerque was probably about 12 hours of driving. And spent a little bit of time in Albuquerque, really more so just to get checked into the hotel. And from there, then we headed up to Santa Fe and checked out Meow Wolf. And then back down to Albuquerque, where we were gonna check out Sandia Peak, New Mexico, which is this giant like cable car system that takes you up like 10,000 feet above Albuquerque, and you get to kind of overlook Albuquerque. Unfortunately, by the time we got there, some bad weather rolled in and that got nixed. So we wrapped it up that night in Albuquerque and headed on out to the next destination, which was the Grand Canyon. So spent, I don't know, a couple hours out in Grand Canyon with my parents. By the way, this whole time my parents were on this trip with me. I wanted to take them on a trip. They're getting a little bit older, and I wanted to be able to spend some time with them and take them on a trip before they can't do a trip like this anymore because of getting around. My mom just turned 71 on the trip. My dad's going to be 78 later this year, so trying to enjoy as much time with them as I can. But so we did Grand Canyon, and then from Grand Canyon we made our way over to Vegas. Spent a day in Vegas. Actually, we were in Vegas for my mom's birthday, so I planned it to where we would have a full day in Vegas for my mom's birthday, checked out Criss Angel, and then the next day we got on to the next leg of the trip, which was San Francisco. And we spent 3 days in San Francisco. Went to Muir Woods. We were going to go to Alcatraz. I tried to buy the tickets like a month and a half in advance, and they were already sold out, which really sucks. But we still had plenty to do. We went to, like I said, Muir Woods. We did Pier 39, Fisherman's Wharf, Ghirardelli Chocolate Factory. We did a full city tour of Land's End, Golden Gate Bridge. We did all that stuff. So we got to do a fair amount in San Francisco. And then after that, it was basically just trying to book it to get back to Houston over the next 3 days. We drove from San Francisco to Phoenix, Arizona, with about 13-hour drive. Literally all we did in Phoenix was sleep and wake up the next morning and continue on to the next stop. And the next stop from there was San Angelo, Texas, which was another 13 hours of driving. Started to feel a little beat up by then. I was worn out, and again, all we did there was pretty much crash in San Angelo for the night. When we woke up the next day, we did briefly stop by. My mom was actually born in San Angelo, so we swung by to see where her house was. Actually, it wasn't really her house. It was the house her grandmother lived in, and at a later time her parents lived in, I believe. But anyhow, that doesn't really, we went by that house. It's like over 100 years old or something. And then from there we headed back to here to Houston, but we stopped in Round Rock, Texas on the way to visit some family. Round Rock is a suburb of Austin, Texas. Spent a couple hours in Round Rock, and then finally made our way back to Cypress, where my parents live, and from Cypress I made it back to Houston. So all in all, 4,317 miles that I drove over a span of 10 days. So needless to say, I've been a little worn out. That's why I haven't gotten to finish all the editing yet. It took me like a full week of winding down after all that traveling, and mostly because of the driving. So But enough about that. Some of the stuff you're seeing here on this table is some of the things I picked up while I was on the trip. I have a thing with collecting stuff. I've got a lot of collections. I need to kind of cut back on it. I don't really know how, but I have a wall in my house that is full of crosses, and I've been filling this wall up for a couple years now. Well, actually like 10 years. So anytime I travel, I try to pick up more crosses to put on that wall, and I'll actually take the camera in a minute over there and show you guys what that looks like. And then one of the other things I collect is magnets. I've already thrown some of these up on the fridge. I'm trying to figure out what these, there's 3 of them here for Grand Canyon and 3 of them here for Vegas, and I can't remember which ones of these are my parents and which ones are mine, so that's why those aren't on the fridge yet. And coffee mugs, man, like another thing I collect, especially Starbucks. I'm a Starbucks coffee fanatic. Nothing crazy over the top or anything, but I do collect the mugs, so like I'm trying to get these from pretty much as many places as I can. Got New Mexico there, and what's in here? Arizona. This one's California, Nevada. I'm pretty sure one of these is probably Vegas, and one, yeah, that's San Francisco. And this is probably, oh, Phoenix, Arizona. So collect coffee mugs. Oh, and I got another one down here. I don't think this one's not a Starbucks one though. This is Muirwoods. So Muirwoods. I got some mugs to add to my collection. And if you guys have been keeping up with my videos, one of my more recent videos that I did was completing a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, and I actually enjoyed that, so I went ahead and picked up a puzzle of the Grand Canyon. So you'll probably see me doing a video out of this. It's pretty cool. But yeah, man, I've just been keeping busy. I work by day. I think I've mentioned that before in the past. I work by day, Monday through Friday, which keeps me pretty tight on my schedule, and in between that, I've been trying to do some more photo shoots. I actually have a photo shoot coming up this Sunday, so if I can find somebody to come shoot some behind the scenes for me, I'll be putting that video up soon too. And really just keeping busy, man. I'm working on a lot of stuff. So like I said, I'm going to go show you guys some of the, some of my stuff around the house, some of the collections and whatnot. Before I get too far though, let me rewind a little bit. I've been trying to hit 15,000 subscribers for a little while now. I think I'm at about 11,500, been lingering there for a while, kind of dips down, comes back up, dips down, comes back up. So I know you guys are watching the videos because, all my videos get, 3,000-4,000 views, 15,000 views, I think, on some, and some significantly higher than that. So comment on the videos, subscribe, hit the like button, and if you do subscribe, click that little bell so you actually get notifications when I post a new video. And also in the description below, of all my videos, I have all my social media, so go follow me on all my social media too. Check out my other stuff, because right now YouTube is very much a side thing for me, and I'm trying to build it up to a more full-time thing. But I'm a photographer. I've been a photographer for, I don't even know now, probably close to 10 years. So go check that stuff out, mmpstudios.com. Link is below in the description as well. So let me go, let me grab my other camera here, and let's see. Let's switch over to this camera now. And if you guys are curious to see what my setup is like, let's see. It's not always set up like this, but that's a 5D Mark III right there. And then right here we got a Canon 70D on a ring light with a Rode mic. I'm sorry, no, actually that's an Audio-Technica mic. The Rode mic is on the camera I'm using right now. And that one over there is another 70D with a Rode mic up here. And the camera you're seeing me shoot on right now, this camera right here, is a Canon M50. So yes, I like Canon, but mostly because I started with Canon like 20 years ago, and I love that I can continue to interchange all the lenses. And they just announced this week the Canon EOS R. A lot of people are crazy about it. Some people say they missed out on some features. I don't really care about the features they missed out on because it's not going to make any difference for the type of stuff I do. So yeah, I'll probably be picking up that Canon EOS R in the near future, but probably not for like 6 months to a year, just because I've already invested so much recently in other stuff, and I just picked this up like a couple months ago. So anyways, let's go check out some of the other stuff I was talking about. Let me pause these cameras real quick though. All right, forgive me for the light because I don't have a light on top of here. So I'm just using the natural light in the house here. But here's the wall I was talking about. And yeah, so it's just basically a whole lot of crosses here. Hang on, my screen is like reversed on me. Alright, it was throwing me off. I was seeing it backwards of what it actually was. But yeah, the style of the walls here, this like paint, I had some friends do for me, and my idea was to make the hallway look kind of like a cave. And if you look closely, I don't know how well it's going to show on camera, but like there's some red and silver. So I told them, it was to my friends Carrie and Kim, if you're watching this, shout out, thanks again. There's their names right down there. But I told them I wanted it to look like a cave that was, you know, gray and black, that was bleeding red and silver, and that's exactly what they pulled off for me, and it looks really awesome. But so all these crosses that you're seeing up here, I've been collecting for probably close to 10 years. And some of them I've bought locally, you know, places like Hobby Lobby, stuff like that. But a lot of them have been gifts from family and friends over the years, but a lot of them are also from traveling. So I pick them up everywhere I go. And I regret not doing one thing that I had planned on doing from the get-go and just forgot to do it. I wanted to write, you know, the date and location of where I got all of them. And I never did it, and I really regret that because I remember where I got a lot of these crosses, but I don't remember where I got all of them. Here's some more that I picked up, some of these, like that's from the cruise, and that is from the cruise. This is from the cruise last year. They've been sitting here a whole year. This is from Austin, Texas. So yeah, and then like I said, I'm a photographer as well. So here's my cards. Here's some of my studio props and equipment. And if you guys think you're gonna come break in my house, don't. I have cameras everywhere throughout the entire house and an alarm, so don't waste your time trying to do that. Anyways, on to some of the other things I was telling you guys that I collect. The coffee mugs and there's the puzzle I did recently on the other video, and my bug of salt, love that thing. But yeah, I love coffee. I'm not some crazy coffee addict where I make fancy coffee. I just use Keurig. I do have quite the collection of K-Cups though, and if you notice, almost everything on this top row except for this one, these are all double caffeinated. The regular caffeinated ones, they don't really do anything for me anymore. And there's a death wish, almost out of that one. But here's my collection of mugs. Got a lot of them. Too many of them. I don't know what to do with all of them, but I love them. So I don't know. I'm running out of space. Don't necessarily need that many mugs, but I like to collect them. And you know, here's some of my magnets. This collection's growing still. This is actually a photo I took for my friend Shelly, and at that time it was her fiance Clark, and this was their engagement photos. I did that back in 2015, but I'll always keep that. So alright, well, hey, I'm running this video a lot longer than I was anticipating. I don't want to bore you guys to death with just my collections and the things here. So yeah, there should be some more videos coming up. Actually, let me go show you one last thing. Not that you really need to see this to get the context of it, but hey, whatever. There's one more box right here. If you see that box down there, that's actually going to be my next video. So yeah, you'll see that on the next video. But until then, guys, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit the like button, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you hit the little bell icon as well so that you'll get the notifications from me. Sorry if this video is a little, there we go, a little off. Hang on a second. Sorry guys, this is a mess. There we go. I didn't set the turn the other cameras back on. But yeah, ask me questions, you know, if you want to know about where I'm traveling to next. I'm planning trips for next year. Definitely down to meet people on the trips if you live somewhere I'm going to, or maybe give me a reason to swing through your area, or if you want to be my tour guide if I do come out to your area, that would be awesome. If any of you are going to be in Houston for any reason, hit me up. Maybe we can collaborate on something. And yeah, if you have questions about any of my gear too, like I said, I shoot mostly Canon. I have some other stuff. I have the Rilo for 360. I've got like 2 or 3 GoPros. I've got the Canon, I'm sorry, the Sony X3000 that I use for most of my time-lapse stuff. But yeah, and if you guys want to see any kind of specific videos, let me know. Like, I'm trying to create stuff that I enjoy, but I also want to keep you guys happy. You're my audience, so if you're not watching my videos, it doesn't really help me. So if there's something you'd like to see me make a video about, or you know, see more into my life, like I said, with some of the stuff I'm working on, you're always just seeing bits and pieces of what I'm actually working on. Like there's all kinds of things I do. Like what I do for a living is I produce videos for a company, a defensive driving company, but I also do social media. I manage social media for a handful of companies, and the company I work for by day, as well as myself. At any given time, I'm probably managing close to 100 different social media accounts between Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest. God, my mind is blank today. It's Friday right now, so it's Friday night. Instagram, everything. I manage all that kind of stuff. So if you ever have questions on any of that, or how to maybe, you know, build your following up, feel free to ask me. Usually I can give you some good answers. If you work in sales and you're trying to develop leads, I do that stuff too. I do lead capture. I do SEO on websites. I develop websites. I work on a lot of stuff. I'm even helping right now locally someone that is an attorney running for a position as a judge. About 2 years ago, I also helped, I was chief of staff on a mayoral campaign to help somebody run for mayor of Sugar Land. So I'm always working on a million things, and that's what makes it really difficult for me to get more videos out, is that this is not the only thing I do. And you know, all those things I just rattled off and named that I did, a lot of those I've done in the last like 5 or 6 days. I'm helping 2 other people launch YouTube channels as well right now. So lots going on, lots. And I'm gonna try to get better at filming a lot more of this stuff so I can share it with you guys. But again, I'm just rambling. I'm rambling. So I'm gonna shut up. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If this is your first video you're seeing on my channel, there are some of the other videos that are more exciting than this one. Go check out some of my travel stuff, and I've got a lot of travel videos coming up. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, all the places I went to, I will be putting all that in, and I'm even going to go back to early this year because I did film for in New Orleans, and I never got around to editing those. I also went to New York, and I never got around to editing that. So I got a lot of stuff I'm sitting on right now that I'm planning to put out. I want to try to get out a whole lot of videos and continue to get them out. All right, guys, peace. Until next time. Later.